I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, a turning nuts. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice, from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's blowing up your feed, learning about the law, that's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice, from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my paying all your legal bills.
Okay, so hello. Good day sa inyo mga ate at kuya. Ito naman po ang ating kuya sa batas po, no? Si Tony Mox. Ayan. So pasensya na po, medyo napapasarap yung tulog natin lately. But anyway po, no, I think we'll try our best to make this under the law, no, segment short kasi may gagawin pa tayo. But anyway, gusto ko magpasalamat po sa mga sumusubaybay sa akin. Pasensya na po kasi medyo talaga busy. May busy lang talaga ako eh. But importante is papatuloy na pa rin po natin yung sinimulan po natin. Okay? So simulan po natin. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to go here. Ayan. So this is under the law 47 kung saan ipagpapatuloy natin kung ano yung sinimulan po natin. It's been days already that I haven't discussed. So, kailangan natin bumawi. Bawi-bawi tayo. Bawi-bawi. Okay. Okay. So, anyway. So, we're going to talk about under the law 47. So, again, no, yung konting balita ko lang is, thankfully, no, na-approve tayo sa notary public. So, stick pa rin, ginagamay ko pa rin yung notary public. And I'm willing to share to you my experience sooner or later yung ginagawa ko sa notary public, and I believe that makakatulong po. Hindi lang po sa mga abogado, no? But also definitely yung sa mga larangan ng mga kliyente at saka yung sa mga gustong magpa-notary. Right? So, pilitin po natin. But anyway, let's go and continue our topic for today. Under the law 47, we have here two cases po. Camarines Sur versus teacher versus province of Camarines Sur. It's a 2019 case. Maganda to na case na to na it talks about the donation. Then also we have here Ears of Malabanan versus Republic. Mahaba to na usapin, pero we're going to directly talk about the gist of the case. Alright? So, yes, in 2024 na today, tapos ito mga luma to, but it's still very important pa rin po ito na a case. Very, kumbaga, mabenta pa. Mabenta pa. So, una is, what is the donation interview, boss? Kasi a little bit summary on the case, no? The facts of the case dito sa Camarines Sur teacher versus province of Camarines Sur is the government of the province of Camarines Sur long time ago nag-donate siya ng property sa Camarines Sur teachers. Ayan. So anong purpose? Sole purposes. For sole purposes of establishing a property, no, in relation to the Camarines Sur teachers. Yun lang. Okay? Yun yung sinabi doon. Now, ang nangyari is sa Camarines Sur teacher, after they built their this property, is half of it was actually ginawa nilang for lease. O, di ba? So, bali property na yun, pinalis pa niya, no? Pinaupa pa nila. So, maliban doon sa meron na silang property na donate ng ating province of Camarines or the government, pinaupa pa rin in their favor. Ayan po. So, of course, umalma yung ating province Camarines. So, sabi na, i-confiscate namin, kukunin namin yung property kasi hindi kayo alinsunod sa patakaran natin. Ang usapan natin, i-donate namin sa inyo, pero on the condition that you will use for sole purposes of in relation sa teacher, no? Walang sinabi doon na ipaupa. Ayan. So, ano nangyari? Pag-usapan muna natin yung donation inter vivos, no? So, ang una-una sa lahat, the donation inter vivos as cited in Article 729 of the Civil Code, sabi dito, when the donor intends that the donation shall take effect during the lifetime of the donor, though the property shall not be delivered till after the donor's death, this shall be donation inter vivos, no? So, ano ba yung inter vivos? Ay, ibig sabihin during the lifetime. Ano ba kakapalit ng inter vivos? It will be donation mortis causa. Ayun. So, mortis causa. So, yung pending death. The resulting gift is known as yung acting awareness that there is approaching mortis causa yun. Pero ito, during the lifetime, no? During the lifetime, buhay pa yung donor. Pag ikaw ay nagbigay ng property sa isang person, no? As long as hindi ka walang i-interplay na violations under the law. Like example, i-donate mo sa kabit, o diba? When you are married and you're going to donate the property in favor of your illicit relationship, no, with other woman, no, other than your wife or husband, that is bawal. That is under violations under the law. Kalimutan ko lang yung article there. But anyway, ang generic sense, donation inter vivos is a donation during the lifetime according sa Article 729. Alright. So, conditional deed of sale, no? Yung kanina is a generic term. Ito naman is according to our Public versus Silim in 2000 case. Ang dinescribe ano ibig sabihin ng conditional deed of donations. Meron tayong onerous. Usually, onerous kasi yung donation eh. Ano yung onerous, no? Or gratuitous title, binibigay lang yun. Conditional deed of sale is from itself conditional. A conditional or modal donation is one where the donation is made in consideration of a future services or where the donor imposes a certain conditions, limitations, or charges upon the donee, the value of which is inferior than that of the donation given. Now, to give you a summary, a little bit story about dito is ang nagpag-usapan ng ating government of Camarines Sur. Ang sabi dito sa government ng ating Camarines Sur, province of Camarines Sur, is this property to be donated to the Camarines Sur teacher is for sole purposes of their usage, no, as teachers. Kaso nga lang, ang ginawa ng ating Camarines Sur teacher, pinaupa nila. Now, conditional deed of sales. Ano ba yung may condition doon na di ba hindi niya ipaupa? However, according to the nag-impose ang ating province of Camarines Sur doon sa conditional deed of donation. Ano yung inimpose na condition? Ang sinabi doon sa ating conditional sa deed of donation ay wag mong ipaupa within a year. Okay? Nandoon sa conditional sale na within a year. So, from that instance already, it seems that the Camarines Sur teacher complied with the conditional deed of sale kasi yung pinaupa nila yung property was actually after a year na. Ayun. So, in that case, no, sa Camarines Sur teacher versus sa province Camarines Sur, as per conditional deed of sale, wala na pinapag-usapan pa kasi ang sinabi lang doon ng ating government is di pwede silang ipaupa or ipalis ang property within a year from the effectivity of the donation. So, yun yung isang issue doon. But anyway, let's go back to basic of all the basics. The onerous deed of donation. According to the Estate of Susano versus Republic, a 2022 case. Sabi nito, finally, an onerous donation is that which imposes upon the donation a reciprocal obligation, or to be more precise, this is the kind of donation made for a valuable consideration, the cost of which is equal to more than the thing donated. So, yun po. So, yun na, from the reciprocal obligations. Alright, so onerous, reciprocal obligations. According to provisions under review, ito yung nasa conditional deed of sale. Ayan. Right. Okay, okay. Right, teka lang ha. Continue natin yung case. Okay. So, sabi dito, the provisions under review, no, ito yung provisions na sinabi ng ating Supreme Court na binasehan po ng ating deed of donations. Bakit? Sabi dito, to recall, the provision under review is ito yung Camarines Sur versus Province of Camarines. So, ito yung parang condition nila. That the condition of this donation is that the donee shall use the above described portion of land subject to of the present donation for no other purposes except the construction of its building to be owned and to be constructed by the above named donee to house its offices to be used by the said Camarines Sur Teachers Association Incorporated in connection with its functions under its charter and by laws and the Naga City Teachers Association as well as the Camarines Sur High School Alumni Association, provided further that the donee shall not sell. Ayan, provided, ito yung pag-usapan yung provision na to. Provided that the donee shall not sell, mortgage, or encumber the property herein donated, including in any and all improvements thereon in favor of any party, and provided, lastly, that the construction of the building or the buildings referred to above shall be commenced within a period of 1 year from and after the execution of this donation. Otherwise, this donation shall be deemed automatically revoked and voided and all of no further force and effect. So, sabi dito within a period, no, yung itong pinagbabawal dito na for example is shall not sell, mortgage, or encumber, no, itong property na to is actually sinabi within a year. So if we follow the conditional deed of sale, na-follow naman ng ating Camarines Sur teacher na hindi naman na pinaupa lang nila right after that year. So, ano ba ang resulta doon? Wala po, hindi na po pwedeng ibalik po ng province of Camarines Sur yung lupa ang dinonate nila doon sa Camarines Sur teacher because the conditional deed of sale is still existing and they have not violated whatsoever na nakasaad doon sa provisions under review within that conditional deed of donation. Again, deed of donation is a donations, pwede siyang deed of donations inter vivos. Ito kasi inter vivos, no, during the lifetime. Pag malapit ang mamatay, i-donate mortis causa. So pag namatay na naman, succession na yun. Okay, tandaan nyo yun ha. Importante nyo, pagkakaibaan po siya. Although generic sense, donated siya, pero you have to think na anong type of donations ang nakasadon. Donation ba yon during the lifetime ng buhay at malusog ang ating donor, or malapit na siyang mamatay, or patay na siya. Okay? So, yan. So, according kay Attorney Jubrani, the rules governing contracts should prevail in the interpretation of the deed of donations. The rules of governing contracts should prevail in the interpretation of the deed of donation pursuant to Article 732 and 733 of the Civil Code. From the instances dito, nakasulat na dito na ang contract ang mag-govern kung anong nakasaad or stipulated or agreement doon sa kontrata, yun ang masusunod under the deed of donation. While Article 1191 applies to reciprocal obligations and donation essentially involve and donation essentially involves a unilateral act and there is an express revocation clause in the deed of donation, Article 1191 is nevertheless relevant in the determination of the nature of the breach or violation of the obligation that will justify its precision. Okay, Ang sinabi dito is, ang deed of donation is generally speaking, it's a unilateral act. Ibibigay mo lang yung, yung donation eh. But still, relevant naman siya yung ating Article 1191 insofar as reciprocal obligation is concerned or conditional deed of donation or onerous deed of donation. So, pag-usapan muna natin yung 732, 733 at saka 1191 before we going to move to the next topic. Okay, according to the Civil Code of the Philippines, Article 732, donations which are to take effect inter vivos shall be governed by the general provisions on contract and obligation in all that is not determined in this title. Malinaw na malinaw dito sa ating Article 732 na ang donation magti-take effect siya during the lifetime and mag-govern daw siya doon sa general provisions sa kontrata. Number 2, Article 733. Donations with an onerous cost shall be governed by the rules on contract and remunatory donations by the provisions of the present title as regards that portion which exceeds the value of burden imposed. Malina ulit sa 733 na it will govern under rules on contract. Alright, kontrata rin and the remunatory donations. Pero isipin niyo lang, it's more focused on the contract itself. Alright, so that's actually the donation. In Article 1191, the power to rescind obligation is implied in reciprocal ones. In case of one of the obligors should not comply with what is incumbent upon him, the injured party may choose between the fulfillment and rescission of the obligations with the payment of damages in either case. Dito sa tatlo na to, no, 732, 733, at 1191, as cited by Attorney Jumrani, ang donation, generically speaking, shall be governed by the rules on contract. Ibig sabihin kung anong nakasaad sa kontrata as long as it is it does not contradict, no, it's not contrary to law, morals, public order, public policy, customs and traditions, and whatever that may hinder or may violate the contract, as long as hindi siya contrary doon, valid siya. Right? So yun po yung ating in the case of Camarines Sur, teacher versus province of Camarines Sur. Now, let's talk about the heirs of Malabanan versus Republic, no? Sa heirs of Malabanan versus Republic, ang sabi dito, no, to give you a facts of the case, to give you facts of the case, yung pamilya ng Malabanan ay meron silang property na namana po nila sa kanilang ninuno, no? Si Malabanan. Now, this property is actually considered as agricultural land. Hindi pa siya kinonsider na private lands para magamit. Ito very common to sa mga sa mga bukid, yun, or nakatira sa probinsya, kung saan minsan ang lupa ay hindi pa na distinguish kung pwede pa siyang alienable or private lands na pwedeng bilhin. Alright? Kumbaga agricultural or maybe it's still part of Regalian Doctrine. Ano bang Regalian Doctrine? No, to give you a little bit perspective sa Regalian Doctrine is all public lands shall belong to the state, including yung mga lands, minerals, no? So, under sa Regalian Doctrine, hangga't hindi pa sinasabi ng government na ito ay private lands or alienable land, hindi po yung pagmamayari ng ninuman. Sir, paano naman sir kung itong lupa na to nanggaling sa aking mga ninuno, no? Way back, many years. So, yun ang contention nating heirs of Malabanan kasi sabi po ng ating government, yung lupa na tinutukoy which is the subject or in dispute or subject of this case, subject property, is actually not considered as alienable. No, alienable. It's inalienable or hindi pa siya considered as private lands, no, para bilhin. So ano ba ang rules, no? Ano ba ang rules ng about sa pag-dispose ng public lands? What are the following rules relative to the disposition of public land or lands of the public domain? Okay, sa heirs of Malabanan, ang sabi dito, no, as a general rule and pursuant to the Regalian Doctrine. Tatandaan nyo, this is the definition of Regalian Doctrine insofar as the property is concerned, mga lupa, real property is concerned. All lands of the public domain belong to the state and are inalienable. Lands that are not clearly under private ownership are also presumed to belong to the state and therefore may not be alienated or disposed. Ayan. Yun yung ruling sa Regalian Doctrine. Lahat ng lands ay belong to the to public domain. Okay. The following against this, nando pa rin sa case, the following are accepted from the general rule to it. Ito yung exemptions. Una, agricultural lands of the public domain are rendered alienable and disposable through any of the exclusive modes enumerated under Section 11 of the Public Land Act. If the mode is judicial confirmation of imperfect title under Section 48B of the Public Land, the agricultural land subject of the application needs only to be classified as alienable and disposable as of the time of the application, provided that the applicant's possession and occupation of the land dated back to June 12, 1945 or earlier, thereby a conclusive presumption that the applicant has performed all the conditions essential to a government grant arises, and the applicant becomes the owner of the land by virtue of an imperfect or incomplete title. By legal fictions, the land has already ceased to be part of the public domain and has become private property. So to give you a little, to give you a better understanding about this, no, para padaliin lang natin yung issue dito. If the applicant's possession and occupation, no, kumbaga kung kaya nilang i-prove na yung property na yun is nasa possess nila at saka an occupation, no, pagmamay-ari talaga nila, no, conclusively is should be counted from June 12, 1945 or earlier. So kung ang ninuno natin is pwede lang ma-approve na si lolo ko, si pinaka-lolo or pinaka-lola ko, yung lupa na ito ay siya ang nagsasaka or nagpatayo siya doon ng maliit na bahay kubo before June 12, 1945, pwede lang makuha, no? Pwedeng matanggal yung mabaklas yun sa ating public domain at pwedeng makuha po ng ating mga heirs, no, and it can become private property, no. Of course, you have to perform all the conditions essential to the grant arises. Marami po yung mga kailangan po na gagawin, kaya kailangan po i-consider sabihin na natin government procedure in order for you to register the land. So kailangan yung tandaan June 12, 1945. Yun ang tatandaan. Next, lands of the public domain subsequently classified or declared as no longer intended for public use or for the development of national wealth are removed from the sphere of the public dominion and are considered converted into patrimonial land or lands of the private ownership that may be alienated or disposed through any of the modes of the acquiring ownership under the Civil Code. If the mode of acquisition is prescription, with the ordinary or extraordinary proof that the land has been already converted to private ownership prior to the requisites, acquisitive prescriptive period is a condition sine qua non in observance of the law. Article 11113 Civil Code, that property of the state not patrimonial in character shall not be object of the prescription. So, a little to understand this, ang sabi dito, pangisang land ay sinabi na, no, na kinlassify na siya na pwede na siyang na hindi na-classify na siya na hindi na siya kailangan ng ating ng public use, no, hindi na gagamitin for any public use, gagawing amusement park o gagawing lagayan ng government building. So hindi na siya ginagamit. As long as maklasify siya, pwede po siyang magamit po, pwede din siyang bilhin, no? Ma-convert na po siya ng patrimonial lands and pwede po siyang lands of private ownership. Ibig sabihin, pwede mo bilhin. Okay? So, yun lang, yun ang pinakamadaling intindihin. Haba. Next, according sa Commonwealth Act 141, no, itong Commonwealth Act 141 is ito yung nagsasaad ng insofar as the property is concerned. Matagal na to kasi Commonwealth Act 141 pa to. During the time of Manuel Rojas. No. Commonwealth. Manuel Rojas ba yun? Teka. Commonwealth Republic. Commonwealth Republic. Sino yung president? Si Manuel Quezon, Manuel Rojas. Si Manuel Quezon, ito. Sabi dito, Act 141, Section 11. Section 11, public lands suitable for agricultural purposes can be disposed of only as follows and not otherwise. Number 1, for homestead settlement, by sale, by lease, and by confirmation of imperfect or incomplete titles, by judicial legalization, or by administrative legalizations. Para maintindihan po natin dito is I think magagawa ko na separate dito kasi ang haba nitong section 11 eh. Pero anyway, ito po yung pag-acquire ng ating public lands na suitable for agricultural purposes na pwede ma-dispose dito. No? Homestead settlement, by sale, lease, and confirmation of imperfect. So medyo may gagawin pa ako kaya na-busy ako kaya kailangan ko nang mag-end ng ating live stream. But anyway, kita-kits po tayo mamayang Monday for another Under the Law. I-continue ko pa rin po yung usapan po natin dito, no? Ito sa Commonwealth Act 141, i-describe po natin. I will post it para maintindihan po natin. But anyway, maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood po. Again, ito po ang inyong Kuya sa Batas po na nagsasabi sa inyong mahalin yung inyong asawa dahil sila po ang tunay po na batas. Bye-bye!
I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning months. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's blowing up your feet, learning about the law, that's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other.